Hi, John here. I'm just checking the video and put out a notice for tomorrow and for um, Monday, the 3rd of February 2025, up at Titi Marae, Waitangi, and the new Waitangi Day, the 3rd of February 2025, and not so much the 6th. The government will be there on the 3rd. So a change in plans for them, sidestepping Waitangi Day, and the Prime Minister won't be attending and the Governor General won't be attending. That's the day they're supposed to meet the people, but because they're a private corporation, they will be playing golf or doing something else on the most important day in this country, that Sindikiro has got her own gazetted flag of New Zealand and not going to celebrate it with anybody because it's a corporate private business flag that has nothing to do with New Zealand people, and it's only about their own self-interest and persons of interest in our court hearing, and that's naming and humiliating publicly anybody that's breaking the laws of our country, as far as we're concerned, the native sovereign people country, that's everybody born on the land, and some foreign government company is running their own business to pocket the money that we pay tax for and they collect it for themselves. Okay, so there I'm telling you that we have our own 1835 King William the Fourth flag. That is a constitutional flag, 1835 Constitution of New Zealand, founding flag of New Zealand in the first place, not Sindikiro's Japanese Maori flag that's got her crown, that was from Westminster, on the flag, a blue flag with a crown on it, and she's saying she's the crown of New Zealand. We're saying she's not. She's got to leave the land. We're going to expel her or evict her off our native lands, and we will make that decision at Te Tii Marae. I'm the president of the Confederation of United Tribes of New Zealand and Pacific Islands and Asia and Melanesia in the islands of the Pacific. Okay, I'm saying I'm here as a British Crown partner, and the British have run away from us, abandoned ship with the Queen, going back to Scotland to die, and the money's gone the other way, drained out the treasury and took the money to Frankfurt, Germany. That's where the money's gone. We've got a mortgage lien on their head of 970 million trillion pound notes. That's Moai pound notes. That is determined by our valuation of it, and that's what I'm doing. The bank, the Moai Powerhouse Bank, belongs to the people of the world in 257 native countries. This is the first native court updated version of all native countries in the world that are going under our flag of a king and the flag of the kings, emperors that put the mortgage liens together, the bank loans, the Bank of England, and King William III of Orange, and the pound note, 2 bar pound note, patented pound note that we are using as cash over the 1 bar British Crown pound note. That's not patented. So we've got a patent pound note to liquidate anything that's less of value than our 2 bar pound note. Okay, the Patterson 1694 Pound Note Act and the Patterson Bank of England Act 1694. William Patterson created the Bank of England and put it all together in the slave states. He put it together as a Scotsman, and I'm taking that title, the Scotsman title and the Mason's title, with the compass I'm using on our documents. They mirrored us, the native people of Aotearoa, New Zealand, so we're mirroring the Scottish Masons and the English Masons and the Australian Masons and the New Zealand Masons and the American Masons, right to the top of the English Mason. That's 33 degree. I'm taking on that title of mirroring that Mason at the top in England on our documents, to use it because they've used our documents on native titles for the whole world natives and used us as model guinea pigs. Okay, so there. I'm just letting you know that I've put 298 page document up online. That's the Native Court Rules of Mason, Freemason, Property Trust Act 2023 was modified from the Property Trust, Scott Masons Property Trust Act 1956 and amended to be 2023. A lot of things are happening in the world of masonry. They are the boss of all corporations in the world, with our King William IV corporation flag. The Municipal Corporations Act 1835 of our flag of New Zealand that is going to put Syndikiro's Japanese Maori flag out of business on the 3rd of February 2025 at Te Marae in front of 13 chiefs and their memorials that the Freemasons use as document memorials to the land transfer to the Crown in Britain. We are the Crown of Britain. The second partner is the British themselves. We're the first partner now because they have abandoned ship and left us to run the Crown business ourselves, and the Rothschild banks and that family that's taken and bought the Bank of England. We're going to liquidate it back into the ownership of the people and the King William III of Orange and Patterson, William Patterson 1694 Pound Note Act and the Bank of England Act 1694 and the 1689 Bill of Rights. Okay, we're putting those documents together. I'll put those all together as the president of our organisation of the United Tribes in New Zealand with that flag, the 1835 Declaration of War flag on anybody that gets in the road. You get a pound note on your head. The green pound, that's Ernest Augustus V, King of Britain, UK, Hanover. Okay, that's our king of our documents, and the mortgage lien of King William III, Dutchman. Okay, our country was found by a Dutchman, and I'm going on a Dutch title, jurisdiction of mortgage liens, bank loans, and also the founding of this country and our King William IV flag. Okay, that's declaration flag of war on any pirates on the high sea operating on dry land. We have the only British ship mast on dry land at Waitangi in the world, and we're taking the control of that British ship to put a British flag on it. It's a Confederation of United Tribes flag, a British Red Cross on it. It's signs of 8-point star St. Patrick in Ireland, and also it is a British made flag. It's not a Maori flag, it's not a Japanese flag, it's not any other flag but a British contract flag. It's a trading bank contract flag to go into four corners of the planet Earth with 8-point stars to pick up the rent on the land. That's what we're going to do here. We're going to use Trump's laws of America and his executive orders I'm using as the President of the United Tribes of Aotearoa New Zealand, and he's the President of the United States with his Mason title, and I'm using our Mason title here. I'm taking the Manukau, Muhi Te Mati Manukau, Mason, 50 years service in Helensville, Awaroa Native Magistrate bank. Okay, well, I'm taking that title that did all the lands in New Zealand and the world came from there. Okay, and the book, you have to refute that book. It's been out for 3 weeks so far, and I've been modifying it all the way through to make it work and be understandable. It's got 66 um, points of an index to find your way through it, and also it has the PDF company itself, and their summary. I've typed that in as 21 points as well on top of the whole book. That made it go to 298 pages, and it was completed today, and so it's online now on my website, Moai powerhouse.world, MOAIPOWERHOUSE.com, moaipowerhouse.com, and go to Confederation Sovereigns or Sovereign Confederation, and you'll go straight to the bottom, scroll right to the bottom, and you'll see the documents there that are being changing each week, each day, and making it to what it is now. One key at a time. I press one key typing at a time. So very long job for me. And anyway, it's finished. We're going up tomorrow morning at 4 o'clock. We'll be going into Auckland, and we will be picking up a screen to screen outside the court, the Moai Crown King William IV Trust, and the courthouse, native courthouse with Gregory Cook, and the Home Guard, security of investment interests and people of interest that are breaking the rule. Your photo goes up on our court, you can never ever get it off. You are charged with the pound note on your head. The 2 bar pound note is going to be printed as cash and chip coin to offset the cryptocurrency. We will have a chip coin to the value of birth certificates, 1 trillion each individual on Earth. There's 8 billion people in the planet. There's 8 billion times a trillion. That's how much that's worth. Just the birth certificate. That's not the land. That's just that. We're running trillions, and it's going to be the new currency of the world. Okay? That's the Moai Crown King William IV Trust. And we've got Moai Crown King William III Trust using the Scottish Masons Property Trust Act 2023 for those trusts, plus the Moai Crown King George IV Trust of the lease of the land of New Zealand at 17 trillion, stolen by Eddie Mitchell and his Freemason. We're putting on notice with me, the Freemason, mirror image of on top of him, and trying that person that gave Eddie Mitchell from the Mitchell Family Trust the 17 trillion. It wasn't his. It came out of my brain. Okay, it didn't come out of a Maori brain. Okay, they'll never be able to string it together. I'll put a lot of photos up online of me and Mohi Manukau, the one that's a Moriori, that's Taiwanese African origins of his bloodlines there to the pyramids, and me to Moai on Easter Island, to the same spaceship and same rock carvings on both Africa and Easter Island. Got the same rock carvings. Okay, we got something similar in spirit going on here with my Wānoa family and the Manukau family. Those two families, the British Crown picked them up for their title of the kings. And the Queen came along and corrupted the whole damn lot. And she's going to get the bill of 970 million trillion pound note on every corporate company in the world after Eddie Mitchell. Eddie has libelled every Mason in the world and every corporate company in the world, every bank in the world, and every government in the world using and usurping and abusing King William III's acts of Westminster Parliament. Okay? He stuck it all together to make the money that got you on the land in the first place and got you on the land too. It'll get you off the land with this court. Okay? We're doing this for all the native people in the world, waiting for justice when there's no justice anymore. Okay? We're going to put this together with the public of New Zealand, who are the born native people of the land. You are being robbed in front of yourselves by these thugs and pirates in Wellington, and I've got their photos there. I've laminated them in A3 and I'm sticking them on our tent, which is our court with Gregory Cook, to publicly humiliate the rats, what Trump calls it, swamp. Drain the swamp and it's rats. Politicians are rats that kill people, the killers of the jab. Okay, Jacinda Ardern, your photo's there. Cindy Kira, your photo's there. The Maori Japanese flag. You take your pick, which one you want. A killer, 2 women killers. Ever since the women have gone into Parliament and onto the Marae, they've fucked the whole system up. Good and proper. Now we're putting the man of the house back in place so that the family will go back to normal, and Donald Trump is there to do just that. He will blow everybody out of the way and we step right in, and with our Masons. Okay, I'm using Mason's compass and scribe and see what anybody's going to do about that, because all I have to do is cut a deal with them and say, you didn't tell us. We found out how you work, your brain. Now you're going to find out how our brain works, my brain. Hey, it works wonders as well. It's not that fucking dumb that I don't know what you're doing if you don't know what I'm doing to the law, to make the law acceptable to ordinary thinking people that want to live and be left alone on their own land. You don't own it, Cindy Kira. You think you do, but you don't. We're going to throw you right into the sea where you came from and get off that British ship. It's not a Japanese ship. It's not a Maori ship. Get the fuck off it. We're going to go and take it over with Gregory, and Gregory can get in touch with Trump to give us military support, because we want to get on with it and do our business in the court. For the people, by the people, for the people. Not for me. It's all free. All the stuff I'm doing is out there, but read it. It says, once you open the button, you're in contract. Contract makes law, law makes contract. When you read it, you're in a contract and hard to get out of it. Especially this contract with kings. Okay, so that's all I want to do, is get on with the organising ourselves, ready to go. Me, Urapataka and Pare Rivers here in Whakatane. And we've got all our documents ready to go. We've got our contracts ready to go, 13 A4 contract papers to sign and to put into law. Okay, Gregory? We'll spend a bit of time. We'll get there tomorrow about lunchtime on Saturday morning. I'll go and pick the screen up so we can put the video straight onto the screen so people can see how a native court runs successfully. Okay? We're in it to win, not to lose. We're here to get our land and our law back in order. Okay? So there. No big deal. It's just normal. We're not going to be overpowering. We just want to tell you what's good for you is good for us and good for everybody. Okay? And the economic plan as well. You've got to have a big economic plan to go with it. We've got the Moai tidal turbines that's going to rip the sea up and get the best power out of there from the seawater. And a lot to do yet. and to go along with other people of like minds. Okay? The Freemasons are business people. They don't have churches. They don't have cultures of religion. They only do business. That's what I'm here for. Business. And Mohi Manukau and me were thinking business only with the land. But he never got his name on any of the land that got sold as Maori land because he was a Moriori, not a Maori. Okay, so the only land that he got his name on is the courthouse, the Native Magistrate King's Bench Court in Helensville, Awaroa Bank Magistrate Court, and that's the end of that lot. That's where his title of Freemason comes to me, and by rights of how he has signed it over and carry on his legacy as his 50 years service. I'm carrying on that legacy of the Freemasons and the Masons Acts. So there, that's me, and the photos of us together and videos are on my Facebook site, and 83 Facebook sites, and also 1700 videos. A lot of them have been cut out and deleted because they don't like the truth. Though YouTube and Twitter and Facebook don't like the truth. Well, the truth prevails when you'll see in the end. It'll come out. It'll come out in the end. So we'll hope to see you all at Waitangi, Te Marae, outside the popos on Te Marae. And I'll give the notices to Greg to give to the government. I'm going to send them this book now and send to Trump and send to Scotland, send to Ireland, send to Wales, and send to England and the Westminster Parliament, and as many people as I can. Send the book to them so they know they're in contract with us. Okay? On the Mason business side and also on the people side, the native sovereigns of the land. And that's your value in the government at the moment. Your government in your country is $1 million US. That's your birth certificate that they give you. Only a portion of it and keep the rest. And put you spinning around on the stock market. Now Trump is there to shut down the crooked crypto and Bitcoin and all those dirty companies that get away with paying tax. Okay? They say, oh, we don't have to pay tax. You're going to have to pay tax. Anybody in this court has to pay tax. If you don't pay tax, you're going to get this pound note dropped on your head. Right across the top of the Bank of England. Because they're not legal. They're not legitimate pound note with a 1 bar. That didn't get the patent through King William III of Orange. He only gave Patterson the 2 bar pound note, the patent rights. And that's what I'm using. Patent rights on everything I write, everything I say about, and everything I display on the internet and anywhere I go. It's a court on wheels. We don't need a courthouse. We can have a court anywhere because we've got the flag that allows that. Okay? 4 8-point stars in 4 corners of the earth, north, east, south, west, or Naho e wha, and that's us anywhere in the world. Free passage and no restrictions. Okay? So there we are. That's all. Just have a look at the website and see the documents and have a good read because it's going to take longer than 3 days. If it's taken me 50 years to put that together, you can't do it on a Waitangi weekend. But just shut it in front of you, show it in front of you, and you've got years and years to catch up to me and the native way of doing things. Okay? The original sovereigns of the land. You, the living, not the dead. Okay? So there we go. We'll see you later. I'm going to have dinner now and carry on and send these documents out to as many people as I can. All right. See you later. It's now 8 o'clock. 11 minutes past 8 and Whakatane, New Zealand, and we'll catch you later. See you up at Waitangi. Bye-bye for now. Maybe you switch it off now. Oh, there. Okay, switch it off.